I wrote Now is the Way because people are suffering. Anxiety, depression, feelings of isolation and disconnection are through the roof. And that's because we're living in the weird, beautiful, strange times of the modern world. Technology has increased so much and the pacing of life has become so fast that every day we encounter all of these little things that are trying to steal away our attention, pull us away from ourselves, and it leaves us feeling fragmented, disconnected, confused, and kind of living in this blur, right? So we get caught just in this days and days, this long momentum of distraction, bouncing from one thing to the next, or we end up just reacting to our life over and over instead of actually responding to it and taking ownership of it. But it doesn't have to be that way. I recognize all these things because I lived through it. I spent the last few decades of my life deconstructing my suffering, facing challenges like these and figuring out ways to get over them and to move through them, get on the other side of it all. Now is the Way is the map I use to do that. You know, I'm in an interesting position. On my podcast, The Astro Hustle, I started talking about these things several years ago, kind of different things I'd experienced in life and how I get past them. And I started getting this feedback from people, from all the listeners, and they were saying, hey, you know, I experienced that too, and what you said, how you got out of it really was like a key turning in my mind. It helped me get out of it too. And I realized at that point that these weren't only things I was experiencing. These are universal human experiences. And I knew then that I needed to write this book, this guide, to share with other people. What's really important to me is that when you read this book, it's not something that you just kind of feel good about while you're reading and then forget about and keep replaying the same sequences in your life over and over again. I want you to read it and find real ways to change your experience of life. And so I wiped away all of the jargon, all of the nonsense, and made a crystal clear, comprehensive guide to modern mindfulness, what it means to be a person living today, and how to overcome the challenges that we face. I created a real bridge from knowing to doing. It's broken down in 4 sections. The Now section actually identifies what the present moment is, what it means to feel the abundance of life that surrounds us, and how to get there. In the There section, I actually outline and describe a lot of the ways that we get distracted and pulled away from ourselves in life. In the Here section, I talk about once you do inevitably get pulled away and into this momentum of distraction again, how to find yourself, how to reel yourself back in, back to your breath, back to a place of presence and awareness. And then it really kicks off in the How section. That's where you really can go out there and put this stuff to work in your life. That contains a section called 12 Ways to Now. And those are 12 guiding principles that even one of them, if you deploy it in your life, you will create real change and feel a real difference. And then the second part of that is called On Meditation. And that is a clear, concise guide of how you can start meditating right now and actually stick to your practice. It also includes my personal playbook of some of my favorite visualizations and practices that are really useful for me. I can't wait to share Now is the Way with you and for you to feel that pop in your awareness, for you to enjoy just the beautiful, rich abundance of what it means to be alive as a human being today, to feel greater peace, greater connection with the people around you, and to take authorship and ownership of your life and into your future.